December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in week. No run back here on the. Will start at the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That throw into the arms of Allen, and he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Play action. It's Darnold. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Allen! Strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And a fair catch signaled successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10
The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out. And that could be their Achilles heel.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra one up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting her. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there for L.A.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Guyton with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 44, Lawrence. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Going deep here for Allen. And this one is incomplete.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Chargers. Williams. Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10.
Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing again on second and 10. Lawrence completes it to Evan Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll try the left side with ETN. And down inside the 15 he goes.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Lawrence will throw. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's now 4th down.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 40. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Second and goal from the 1. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The handoff, it's Eckler. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Allen's got it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On play action, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Lawrence. Buying time to his left.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process.
1st down, Jaguars.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this 2nd half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And that's complete ETN out of the backfield.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll find ETN out of the backfield.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
A give to ETN running right.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN.
And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They go play action with Lawrence. And looking for Cook, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. On second down and 4. Darnold. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Darnold. Flush to his right. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This is caught. It's Kirk. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Lawrence.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be a second down.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. So that'll back him up 5.
Darnold to throw again. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold flushed out right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 99 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On second down and 4, Darnold. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton there to make the grab. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Throwing right, and that's complete. 20! Ooh, he's running! Touchdown! A great play there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jaguars use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
1st and 10 at the 40.
A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 5-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
Now Etienne.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On the give, this is Eckler. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Darnold. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
There it is.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
Point after here coming up. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Jaguars 52, Chargers 42. Logan Cook to kick off for the...
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Darnold to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On play action, Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Lawrence will throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.